Thank you, Rosan. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, as Rosan just introduced me, I'm Dr. Eirini Thomaidou, and I'm an international trade economist. And during the latest years, I'm work on various topics on firms and innovation, and that's why I chose this little presentation today for you. It's made for you, so feel free to stop me at any time and ask questions about anything you like. So innovation is central to improvements in living standards of people and can affect individuals, institutions, entire economic sectors, and countries in multiple ways. That's why I want us first to properly understand what is innovation. So, according to the Oslo Manual, an innovation is a new or improved product or process, or a combination of the two, that differs significantly from the unit's previous products or processes, and that has been made available to potential users or brought into use by people, a firm, whoever innovates. We're going to discuss about this. The most important thing is that you need to remember that innovation is an object, that differs significantly from something else.
Ok, pessoal, eu vou fazer então a interpretação resumida aí do que ela vai dizendo, tá? Então aqui a gente fez uma introdução à inovação, que é algo que atinge países e economias de um modo geral. A inovação em si é um produto ou processo novo ou melhorado, ou tudo isso combinado, e uma diferença muito significativa, que é o objetivo da inovação, é que ela seja realmente assim colocada à disposição para uso e aplicação. Então, ela precisa estar em uso para que ela seja uma inovação eficiente.
So, who does innovate? Countries, governments, firms, people? As economists, we like to discuss about countries and policies mostly. However, things actually happen at the disaggregate level, firms and people. So today, we're going to focus our attention on firms that innovate and what does it mean to be an innovative firm. Here I quote Brigel, referring to nations that do not produce, nations do not trade, they do not compete. These firms that actually produce, trade, and compete. This simple truth makes it clear that understanding the firm-level facts is essential to good policy making. So again, the subject of innovation is individuals or firms, okay, or individuals under the umbrella of firms. And today we're going to discuss about firms.
Ok, aqui ela colocou uma citação, né, que diz que não são as nações que produzem, negociam ou competem, mas sim as firmas, né, e é justamente nas firmas que a gente vai focar aqui, e o que é importante é entender o nível das firmas, né, o quanto que isso é essencial para fazer boas políticas públicas, né, boas políticas de modo geral. Então, o foco, na verdade, quem produz a inovação são os indivíduos, as firmas e as pessoas. Embora aqui a gente vai focar bastante nas firmas.
Earlier, I introduced you to the sense of the Oslo Manual. I referred to the Oslo Manual, taking the definition of innovation from there. What is going to follow next, we're going to actually go through some parts of the Oslo Manual. So that's why I'm going to refer to what it actually is. So the Oslo Manual, pictured here in this is the front page of the Oslo Manual that you can see, provides guidelines for collecting and interpreting data on innovation. It's our guide to everything. It was composed by the OECD and Eurostat, keeps being updated every few years, and it seeks to facilitate international comparability and provides a platform for research and experimentation on innovation measurement. Its guidelines are principally intended to support national statistical offices and other producers of innovation data in designing, collecting, publishing measures of innovation to meet a range of research, but also policy needs. In addition, these guidelines are also designed to be of direct value to users of information on innovation, so us researchers, okay, or people from firms that want to discuss innovation, look at their opportunities, investigate what is going on so as to respond to the market needs. So these guidelines in the Oslo Manual should be viewed as a combination of formal statistical standards, advice on best practices, as well as proposals for extending measurement of innovation into new domains through existing methods, existing or new tools. At present, a large number of countries and international organizations recognize the importance of innovation measurement and have developed capabilities to collect such data, but not all. We have still way to go there. All in all, the Oslo Manual supports this coordinated effort in pursuit of robust, internationally comparable data, indicators, and analysis. And that's why we'll be referring to it, and we will be basing our analysis into it.
E aí, pessoal, aqui a gente está falando um pouco sobre o manual de Oslo, que é o que vai servir como base aqui para toda essa pesquisa que a Eirini vai nos apresentar. É um manual internacional que ele traz diretrizes para coletar e interpretar dados sobre inovação. Tem uma plataforma aí é uma plataforma para medir pesquisa e experimentos de inovação. Ela também apoia institutos nacionais de estatística, faz avaliação das políticas e o uso das informações da inovação, que é direcionado principalmente a pesquisadores e firmas que queiram investigar as inovações que elas podem estar se envolvendo com. Please, Eirini, you can go.
Now let's distinguish between major types of innovation. So we have radical innovation, which refers to new products, services, processes, and methods that differ significantly or represent a major leap forward, like a step forward, compared to the previous state of the art. These innovations often involve groundbreaking technologies, entirely new approaches, and can lead to substantial changes in existing industries or even the emergence of entirely new ones. Radical innovations are typically characterized by a high degree of novelty and may require a significant reconfiguration of knowledge, skills, and capabilities inside the firm. In essence, radical innovation involves evolutionary changes and breakthroughs that fundamentally transform industries rather than incremental improvements or minor adjustments to existing products or processes, which brings us to the second type of innovation, the incremental innovation, which refers to improvements or small modifications made to existing products, services, processes, again, or methods, and typically build upon existing knowledge and technologies and aim to enhance performance, efficiency, or product quality. Now, innovations do not result in fundamental or disruptive changes, but they can contribute to the gradual evolution and refinement of existing products and processes, making them more competitive and efficient. This is how they add to a firm's everyday life.
Então, aqui a gente falando um pouco sobre os tipos de inovação. Os dois primeiros que a gente vê é a inovação radical, que a inovação radical ela traz uma diferença significativa, um grande avanço comparada com uma última tecnologia, e sempre vem junto de muitos desafios. Já a inovação incremental, ela já tem uma característica de ser uma melhoria ou pequenas mudanças, mas normalmente já construídas sobre um já existente, né, conhecimento, tecnologia. E importante aqui, né, para a gente finalizar essa parte, que essas inovações, elas vão contribuir para a competição e o crescimento das empresas, né, das firmas de modo geral. Então, é isso que a gente vê aí sobre as inovações. Please, Eirini.
Now, now I discussed about product and process innovation, so let's see what exactly they are. A product innovation is a new or improved good or service that differs significantly, again, from the firm's previous goods or services that has been introduced in the market, while a business process innovation is a new or improved business process for one or more business functions that differs, again, significantly from the previous business processes. Okay?
Então, a gente também vê a inovação de produto, né, que seria um novo ou melhorado bem ou serviço, que é diferenciado dos anteriores, e também a inovação de processos de negócios, que seria uma melhoria nas formas de gestão, diferindo das anteriormente praticadas.
In detail, business process innovations concern 6 different functions of a firm. 2 functions relate to a firm's core activity of producing and delivering products for sale, while other functions concern supporting operations, okay, like like information and communication systems, management, administration, product and business process development for the future, okay? All these are different functions of a firm. So firms can develop business process innovations that target one or more out of these distinct functions. For example, a firm might implement an online ordering system that could represent an innovation into the distribution and logistics business functions. And this is an example that combines different categories of functions on the firm into one single business process innovation.
Ok. Aqui a gente está vendo da onde que as inovações partem, né, como elas são identificadas, e a gente tem 6 tipos diferentes de inovação. Alguns deles são voltados aí para produtos e serviços, os 3 primeiros deles, enquanto os outros são voltados mais para a forma como você faz a administração e a gestão dos seus negócios. Então, basicamente, a gente tem essa diferenciação nas inovações que não parte apenas do produto ou serviço, mas também de como a empresa, a firma, culturalmente vai tratar de seus negócios internamente.
Now that we know what we're talking about, let's see what do firms do in pursuit of innovation. So we run research and experimental development, what we call R&D activities, which category comprises into creative and systematic work undertaken in order to increase the stock of knowledge and to devise new applications of available knowledge inside the firm. R&D activities must meet 5 criteria that we're going to see also later on, specifically for specific kinds of R&D development and their results. So these 5 criteria are to be novel, to be creative, to address an uncertain outcome, to be systematic, and to be transferable or reproducible. Another activity is engineering, design, and other creative work, which covers experimental and creative activities that may be closely related to R&D, but do not meet all of the 5 R&D criteria. This include follow-up or auxiliary activities of R&D, activities that are performed independently independently from R&D, like planning of technical specifications, testing, evaluation, setup and pre-production for goods, installing equipment, as well as activities to extract knowledge or design information from existing products, or of course processes, what we call reverse engineering. Exceptions in this category constitute minor design changes that do not meet the requirements of innovation, such as producing an existing product in a new color. Guillermo, do you want me to pause here so as you translate, because it's going to be long?
Ok, good. Então, aqui o que as inovações possuem como atividade, né, na busca, aliás, quais são as atividades na busca por inovações? A gente viu aqui duas delas, né? A primeira é pesquisa e desenvolvimento, que tem aí como o maior anseio, né, aumentar o conhecimento, e a pesquisa e desenvolvimento, ela tem 5 critérios que a gente vai ver um pouquinho mais aí à frente, eles mais detalhados, e também a engenharia e design e criação, que já seriam mais um setor da inovação mais de experimento, né, a experimentação da pesquisa e desenvolvimento, que envolve testes, avaliação, e ela citou até, inclusive, aqui um exemplo que seria o caso da engenharia reversa, que é justamente esse caso de inovação. Please, Eirini.
Then we have marketing and brand equity activities, which include market research, market testing, methods for pricing, product placement and promotion, advertising, and development of new marketing strategies. Only just a small fraction of marketing expenditures is likely to be linked to product innovations, such as preliminary market research, market tests, launching new advertising, development of pricing mechanisms, product placement for innovations, okay? Not all of it. And then we also have something more recognizable. We have intellectual property, which is related to activities that include the protection or exploitation of knowledge, often created through R&D, software development, engineering, design, and other creative work that takes life into a firm. Then we also have software development, which is an innovation activity used to develop new or improved business process or products, such as computer games, logistical systems, software to integrate business processes, okay? And then we have acquisition or lease of tangible assets for innovation. This kind of activity can be innovation activities in their own right, such as when a firm purchases or leases equipment with significantly different characteristics than the existing equipment it uses for its business processes, and the lease or rental of such assets is an innovation activity by itself if these assets are required for product or business process innovations. An example for this is the use of third-party cloud services for transforming and making operations more efficient, that contributes by its turn to a business process innovation or support the delivery of new products to customers, for example. And finally, we have the innovation management that includes all systematic activities, plan, govern, and control internal and external sources of innovation. So actually the organization of all of the above and the management of them, okay? So how resources for innovation are allocated, the organization of responsibilities and decision-making, management of collaboration with external patterns when considering innovation, and activities to monitor the results of innovation and support learning from experience, among others. The learning by doing, as mentioned in the literature.
Ok, e aqui indo para os outros, as outras atividades de inovação que temos, né? o reconhecimento da marca, né, sendo aí como uma forma de inovação para você ter aí métodos, por exemplo, para ajustar preço, a propaganda, estratégias de como que você vai posicionar a sua marca no mercado e como que você vai também posicionar os produtos da marca no negócio. Vamos para a próxima, que seria a propriedade intelectual, que é a proteção do conhecimento, né? Então, quando uma empresa desenvolve aí uma tecnologia do conhecimento, aliás, me desculpe, do conhecimento, ela tem uma proteção para isso. Também vimos aí o treinamento de equipes, né, e suas diferentes formas de como treinar funcionários de uma empresa, utilizando a inovação para conseguir melhores produções. Desenvolvimento de software e dados, que já é voltado aí para a tecnologia, como, por exemplo, games, né, um bom exemplo do que a gente pode colocar aqui no desenvolvimento de software. Aquisição e alocação de ativos, e também fechamos com a inovação de gestão, que seria a parte mais organizacional das firmas, né? Então, como as inovações são alocadas, o poder de decisão, as decisões tomadas pelas firmas e como que elas vão lidar com essas inovações.
So now let's see what is not innovation, just to make sure that we all understand what innovation is. So changes that are not innovation, among others, are routine changes or updates, simple capital replacement or extension of the already owned capital, minor aesthetic changes in products, custom production for specific clients, mergers or the acquisition of other firms, ceasing to use a business process or outsource a business process or withdraw a product that we use to produce out of the market, an advertised concept, prototype or model of a product that does not yet exist. This is not an innovation. The outputs of creative and professional service firms, just extending a line of existing range of products handled or offered to customers. The activities of newly created firms are not innovation. A change due to externally determined factor prices, and finally, the formulation of a new corporate or managerial strategy. These all are not innovative activities of firms.
Ok, aqui a gente está destacando quais são as mudanças que não são inovações, que às vezes pode causar um pouco de confusão para a gente. Então, mudanças e atualizações de rotina, a substituição ou aumento do capital, alterações estéticas da empresa, produção personalizada, aquisições e fusões de empresas, um protótipo, um conceito que ainda não exista, então, por mais que tenha uma ideia de inovação, como o produto em si ainda não existe, não é uma inovação. Saída de empresas desse mercado, da concorrência, por exemplo, a diminuição da concorrência, não seria uma inovação. Aumento do leque de produtos que a firma oferece, atividade de uma empresa que seja recém-criada, mudanças determinadas por fatores externos, principalmente os preços, né? Então, isso não entra como uma inovação, e sim um fator externo. E uma formulação de nova empresa ou estratégias também não se trata de uma inovação. Please, Eirini.
Now that we all know what innovation is, let's discuss about how such activities affect firms' performance, okay? So firms gain multiple advantages from innovation. Innovation can provide firms with a significant competitive advantage. As emphasized by Porter, competitive advantage is about creating and sustaining superior performance, and innovation is a primary means of achieving this advantage. Next, innovation can lead to increased revenue and market share. Schumpeter, in his seminal work, discusses how innovation can disrupt existing markets, allowing firms to capture a larger share of the profits. Innovation can result in cost reduction through more efficient processes, like the concept of creative distraction, again, Schumpeter, and the idea of efficiency gains through innovation being central in this idea. Then, as highlighted by Ion and Howitt, innovation derives economic growth by increasing productivity through creative distraction. Productivity gains are often a direct outcome of innovation. Then we have being known as an innovative company can enhance a firm's brand. This is closest to managerial theory. Dorsey discusses how innovation is a fundamental driver of a firm's reputation and its ability to stand out in the market. And this is all usually why this is made for, to stand out, to create, to gain market shares, to have higher revenues. That's the whole story. Then firms, secondly, can innovate in order to better adapt to changing market conditions. Sometimes they're forced to do so. Nelson and Winter argue that innovation is essential for firms to evolve and adapt in response to evolving economic landscapes and surviving through time. Then we have long-term viability here, which is closely tied to a firm's ability to innovate and adapt. Romer, in his model, introduces the concept of endogenous technological chains, emphasizing that innovation is a primary driver of long-term economic growth in economics and firm sustainability. And finally, again, sustainability, innovation can lead to sustainability and environmental benefits. Lately, Asemoglu and Akiji explore how innovation is linked to environmental sustainability and intellectual property rights policy. They also discuss how intellectual property rights play a role in shaping firms' innovation strategies. So it's important to note that innovation isn't without its challenges and risks, included initial investment costs, of course, or the potential for failure, and the need for supportive corporate culture, okay, always. However, the potential rewards are really significant, making innovation a crucial component of a firm's strategy for long-term success and growth, which actually brings growth to the rest of the economy.
Perfeito. Então, aqui a gente está vendo o que as empresas, as firmas ganham com a inovação. Primeiro, né, a gente viu um pouco da vantagem competitiva, que viria aí de criar e sustentar produtos diferentes no mercado. Segundamente, uma maior receita, né, e uma maior fatia do mercado e redução dos custos, logicamente, aí gerando mais lucros. Também a aprimoração, né, a produção aprimorizada, então, deixando com que a produção seja cada vez mais eficiente. Também uma aprimoração da marca em si, que vem aí relacionada ao ganho do mercado mesmo, a intenção de ganhar o mercado. Adaptação das mudanças de mercado, então isso é relacionado à sobrevivência da empresa ao longo do tempo. Então, se ela não se inovar, ela está realmente, assim, fadada ao fracasso. Ela precisa absorver as inovações para continuar com a sua sobrevivência no decorrer do tempo. Um pouquinho mais à frente, a gente viu as viabilidades de longo prazo, que já é mais voltado ao crescimento contínuo, desenvolvimento contínuo das empresas, e, por fim, a gente entra na parte de desenvolvimento sustentável, meio ambiente, os benefícios que o meio ambiente traz, e também as proteções, né, de concorrência, como, por exemplo, a propriedade intelectual. E importante aqui, né, que a Eirini salientou, é que inovação tem risco, a gente tem um risco muito grande quando a gente tenta partir para inovações, isso sempre vai ter risco, tanto econômico quanto outros diversos, mas o potencial de recompensa é muito grande e por isso que as empresas elas apostam tanto nas inovações.
Recently, innovation got renewed attention with the emergence of heterogeneous firms models on trade as one of the main factors underlying international competitiveness, productivity, output, and employment. Firms, in order to enter new markets or maintain and even reinforce their existing market shares, competitive advantages, consider innovation as a tool to achieve their goals. Now, on the microeconomics literature, the concept of innovation is captured as well through two different mechanisms that can be projected to product and process innovation, as we discussed earlier. On the one hand, the process innovation comes through innovation investments targeting to production cost reduction through productivity enhancing activities. And on the other hand, innovation is considered to be the entry of new products in a market or vertical product differentiation like product innovation, both aiming at maintaining or further enlarging a firm's market share in this market. More recently, the international trade literature has given renewed attention to this kind of thinking, as innovation can generate in trade dynamic gains not only through higher exports, higher imports, relaxed technological constraints, technology spillovers, and higher employment for domestic firms, but also through innovative activities. Now, openness to international trade may affect firms' incentives to innovate. It creates tougher market competition, but also offers growth opportunities, okay? Importantly, innovators are more likely to be successful in such activities like exporting and importing, generate growth from the exporting activity than the non-innovative counterparts, non-innovating firms. Overall, the relationship between higher productivity of firms, exporting activity, and growth, and of course, innovation, is strong and positive, and we need to keep thinking about that and always consider innovation as a main part of our evolving procedure.
Ok, então aqui a gente vendo quais são os fatos, as relações e evidências em cima aí da inovação. Primeiramente, né, ela trouxe aqui diversos exemplos para nós, né, diversas pesquisas que já foram feitas. Então, sobre o produto e a inovação de produto e de processos, né, que vem aí ligado com ideologias da macroeconomia, que apresentam aí crescimentos, né, relacionados à inovação e também entrada de produtos. Também aqui um estudo onde a inovação gera ganhos dinâmicos através dessas atividades, e isso é importante porque ganhamos com competições mais fortes, daquelas que apostam nas inovações, e muito importante também que os inovadores, eles tendem a ter muito mais sucesso nos seus negócios. E por último, a gente viu aqui um pouco das expansões e exportações, né? Então, as inovações, elas aumentam muito a performance de exportação, trazendo maiores ganhos, aumentando a economia de nações, e também quando há a introdução de novos produtos e o aumento aí do leque de produtos, da mesma forma, né, essa inovação ela tem uma forte ligação com o aumento econômico, por exemplo, de uma nação que aposta nisso.
The key question is what encourages or hinders innovation and how such impacts affect the exporting activity of firms. According to the related literature, trade-induced changes within a firm have an impact on its innovative activity. Export opportunities, import competition, access to intermediate inputs, and finally credit constraints are the main answers to this question. Now, theoretical predictions on the impact of increased competition on innovation are ambiguous, okay? So one part, Schumpeter actually states that there is a negative relationship between innovation and competition, while Grossman and Helpman and Ion and Howitt claim that innovation may be affected by negative effects on the market share of a firm due to increased competition. So competition may increase innovation. On the other side, and in that case, higher competition increases the threat to rents of incumbent firms close to the technology frontier. So in this case, everything has to do with the firm's productivity. In order to preserve their rents in the market, firms may increase innovative activities and then find his own way out of its situation using innovation and ameliorating its environment. Now, these two effects are conflicting, with the final outcome being ambiguous, as import and export competition may boost or dampen firm innovation. Export demand shocks and improved market access can have a positive impact of innovation, particularly for more productive firms. Learn by exporting also contributes to increased firm productivity and efficiency, particularly when exporting to more developed markets. However, competition effects and the potential negative impact on less productive firms should always be considered, because not all firms are big, not all firms are successful. Now, improved access to imported intermediate goods can have a positive impact on firm productivity and innovation, particularly in developing countries again. Access to diverse and high-quality inputs can drive firms to innovate and produce higher quality products, with empirical evidence suggesting that improved intermediates play a significant role in shaping firm performance, particularly in terms of innovation and technological advancement. The impact here may vary based on the country's economic development level and its trade patterns. By trade patterns, we mean whether it exports or imports from developing or developed countries, okay? And finally, we have credit constraints or financial imperfections of other types that can significantly impact firm activities, including investment, employment, to employ high-skilled employees, and invest on research and development. These constraints are often more pronounced for small, innovative, and high-tech firms, as the business cycle can also play a crucial role in shaping R&D behavior in credit-constrained firms. Finally, we have the exporting firms, which tend to be less financially constrained, which may enable them, in turn, to manage the effects of financial shocks on innovation more effectively. Identifying such effects empirically is proven to be difficult, as the information on firms' innovative activities is very, very limited.
Ok, aqui continuando vendo alguns fatos em relação às inovações, o que encoraja a inovação no caso. Então, as oportunidades de exportação, citado aqui como a primeira delas, a competição de importação também, o acesso a entradas intermediárias e também as restrições de crédito. Nisso tudo a gente viu aqui que a gente começa a discutir um pouco sobre os benefícios, mas também algumas coisas que podem ser um pouco maléficas, vamos dizer assim, em relação à inovação. Então, o que a gente vê é que as inovações, elas têm um impacto muito grande nas firmas, O aumento da inovação, ela não é para todos, então ela tem esse lado negativo, não todas as firmas são grandes, não todas as firmas têm capacidade de investimento nessas inovações, não todas elas têm capacidade de investir em pesquisa e desenvolvimento para estar um passo à frente das outras, mas a Eirini cita aqui que em países desenvolvidos, de um modo geral, o impacto dessas inovações é muito positivo, é muito grande, e influencia muito na qualidade de produtos, e uma visão macro acaba trazendo diversos benefícios para o país. E aí também, claro que existem restrições, né, como até disse aí, de investimento, emprego, pesquisa e desenvolvimento, mas que, de um modo geral, políticas que são voltadas para esse desenvolvimento acabam contribuindo muito com o desenvolvimento.
As I mentioned earlier, information on firms' innovative activities is limited. So next, let's see a snapshot of UK firms getting involved in exporting in order to get a sense of reporting and actual numbers. So we can see that out of this sample for 2004 to 2008, we have firms that do innovate and firms that do not innovate, okay? And out of these two categories, we have firms that export and do not innovate, firms that do not export and do not innovate. And on the other side, we have firms that innovate and both export, and others who innovate and do not export. And then on the lower part of this panel, you can see how many of them, the percentage of the firms that actually are active in manufacturing and the percentage in non-manufacturing. You can see indicatively that 31.5% of non-innovative UK firms that do not export, do not undertake research and development, and only 5.7% of the firms actually undertake R&D. But you will notice that they are in the category when we have on innovate, answer is no, because this R&D effort is not fruitful. So spending money on innovation and taking innovative activities doesn't mean that a firm actually innovates. As you can see, in the innovative part of reporting on the other side of the table, okay, non-exporting firms that report innovating, only 5.1 of them does not undertake R&D, while 8.1 of them does so. They do R&D. So we need to distinguish between firms that actually innovate, firms that do not innovate, firms that spend on R&D or other innovative activities, and firms that do not. And we need to be sure that we have all our definitions in order as to work on understanding the economy behind it.
Ok, aqui a gente está vendo um exemplo de empresas do Reino Unido, né, uma tabela aí que a gente consegue fazer algumas relações entre empresas que inovaram e empresas que não inovaram, sendo essas também divididas em empresas de manufatura e não manufatura. E o que a gente vê é que tem uma grande porcentagem de empresas que não são inovativas e também não exportam. E basicamente o que a gente pode resumir é que empresas que investem na pesquisa e desenvolvimento é que acabam tendo uma importante diferenciação. Então, você ter novas técnicas, novas abordagens, novos produtos, não necessariamente vai significar inovação nesse mercado. É importante aí, a gente vê aqui a importância de ter a pesquisa e desenvolvimento para que essas empresas estejam realmente um passo à frente e possam exportar suas ideias, seus produtos para o mundo todo.
So the term innovative can refer to a potential ability or propensity to innovate in the future, creativity, type of product or process, etc. However, in measurement, it's only used to identify whether a firm has an innovation over a given time period. A non-innovative firm is innovation active if it had one or more ongoing, suspended or abandoned or completed innovation activities that did not result in an innovation during the observation period. A number of activities, such as experiment or cooperation exercise, can be completed without resulting in innovation within this observation period.
Okay, aqui a gente está fazendo uma comparação também, né, entre as firmas que possuem inovação e as que não possuem inovações, e um pouco da observação dessa diferença que elas acabam tendo nos seus resultados finais. Então, ambas, né, as inovativas e as não inovativas, elas podem ter aí uma atração, uma ação inovativa nesse período observado, mas a gente consegue aqui visualizar um pouco a diferença entre elas.
So here are, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So the dimensions to guide our measurement is whether this innovation provides knowledge, novelty with respect to potential use, implementation and actual use in real world, and then value creation.
Isso que a gente vê, então, quais são os destaques que a gente vê na inovação, que é ligado com conhecimento, novidades para aumentar o potencial da empresa, a implementação de ações e também a criação de valores.
Now, one major issue around innovation is the lack of available detailed or even aggregate data. As a result, researchers study innovation using mostly patent data or R&D investment data without particulars on whether they represent product or process innovation, and in the case of R&D investment, without any information on whether this investment is successful or not. Now, in the context of evaluating innovation investments, two primary measures are often considered: R&D expenditure and R&D personnel. It's important to note that merely making an investment in research and development does not guarantee success in terms of generating new or improved products or processes. In international trade literature now, valuable information regarding innovation investment is typically obtained from statistical agencies' data sets collected through formal, often annual surveys following standardized methods established by organizations like the OECD or Eurostat, okay? These surveys usually encompass various aspects of innovation, including technology expenditures and outcomes. For example, Canada's Workplace and Employment Survey or the National Survey on Innovation and Technological Behavior of Industrial Argentinian Firms. CompuStat offers also insight into firms' R&D investment and personnel, but not in detail. Finally, specialized surveys like the Survey on Research and Development of Technology in Mexico and the Encuesta sobre Estrategias Empresariales in Spain collect detailed information on innovative firms, differentiating between product and process R&D, if we are lucky, and exploring various measures of innovation such as quality controls, production reorganizations, and more. Now, patent data, as I mentioned earlier, also are used as a proxy for assessing firms' innovative activities, although it's worth noting that patents primarily measure invention rather than innovation. Not all innovations are patented, and not all patented inventions lead to marketable products or processes. Patent data can be sourced from various patent offices worldwide, such as the European Patent Office, the US Patent and Trademark Office, the State Intellectual Property Office of China, Rights Information Service in Korean Republic, among others. And then we also have trademarks, which is the brand name of the firm that we're going to see later on. And then finally, qualitative measures from specifically made to use small-scale questionnaires.
Ok, aqui a gente fala um pouquinho sobre a medição das inovações, como que a gente pode medir as inovações. E isso tem uma relação muito grande com pesquisa e desenvolvimento. Ela citou aqui alguns estudos aí que fizeram uma diferenciação entre o produto e processo, a pesquisa e desenvolvimento de produto e processo. Um destaque muito importante é que nem toda a inovação vai levar à liderança de um determinado mercado.
Here I have the types of intellectual properties used in measuring innovation. I'm going to just refer to them. So the most common are patents and trademarks. Then we have industrial design rights. We have copyrights and how is it called? The other one, geographical indication, trade secrecy, and integrated circuits. We usually, when we're talking about IPs regarding firms, they have to do with patents, trademarks, industrial design, and copyrights. And we're going to go through just patents and trademarks today together.
Ok, aqui a gente tem alguns tipos de propriedade intelectual, que são aí as patentes e alguns outros exemplos que as firmas usam para se proteger no mercado.
The World Intellectual Property Organization defines intellectual property as creations of the mind, comprising inventions, literally artistic works, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. Okay, so the management of IP and associated IP rights includes strategic decisions for the application and registration processes, as well as the types of IP which we've just seen. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just have the patents and the trademarks for visualization, so we can go through them quickly. Okay, so first we have the patents, which is actually a legal right granted by patent office. Okay, the cost of it might vary significantly depending on several factors, including the type of patent, the utility, the design, or the novelty that it brings together.
Aqui a gente está falando um pouco sobre as patentes, né, e tudo que envolve elas.
Here I have indicatively patent office fees. When you apply for a patent, you will need to pay fees in order to do so. Filing fees, search fees, examination fees, maintenance fees. These fees vary by countries and they're extremely high for firms to pay.
Okay. Os custos das patentes, né, em diversos países ao redor do mundo são caros, é difícil para as empresas mantê-los.
And here we have some famous patents like the light bulb, the internal combustion engine, the refrigeration by Einstein, the hula hoop is patented, the Monopoly board game is patented and also trademarked here, iPhone, GPS, 3D printers, and it's interesting because we would think that Coca-Cola is patented as well, but actually is not. Coca-Cola never patented their secret recipe. It has remained one of the most guarded secrets in the world for over a century, but still counts as innovation because it holds a trademark that we're going to see next.
E aqui a gente vê alguns exemplos de patentes, né? Desde a lâmpada até o Monopoly, o jogo, né? O iPhone, o GPS. Ela contou uma história bem interessante que a Coca-Cola, na verdade, ela nunca patenteou a fórmula dela.
We can skip the slide with what cannot be patented. I can send you the slides so you can navigate through them. Now, what is a trademark? A trademark is a type of intellectual property consisting of a recognizable sign, design, expression that identifies product or services from a particular source, okay? A distinguishing brand. Here you can see Havaianas, you can see Patagonia, you can see Fage, which is yogurt, okay? All these are recognizing brands worldwide that the firm actually pays in order to acquire, to establish a market share and distinguish its innovative effort. If you go to the next slide, you will see that it's much cheaper than acquiring a patent. It's also easier to acquire a trademark. So many firms, instead of paying fees for patents, if they don't have a machine invention, for example, they look towards trademarks to make also their invention, their innovation recognizable through a brand. Now,
Ok, aqui falando um pouquinho sobre as marcas, né, como elas são muito mais baratas para poder registrá-las, embora também tenham um bom efeito.
All this discussion is really important for emerging economies because there is a very hot discussion around the topic of whether export performance and innovation in emerging countries does good in the economy. Why? Because there is this so-called innovation paradox where actually the country, the government pays for innovation in the country, but then we see a lack of innovative results. So I hope the discussion today brought you in a good state of understanding what actual innovation is, what works, what is options, the cheap and the expensive ones, in order to reach to a conclusion how is the state of your own economy, how innovative are your country's firms, and how this is actually brought into consumers' eyes.
Ok, e aqui um paradoxo da inovação, ela traz um exemplo, por exemplo, de governos que às vezes gastam muito, mas não têm retornos com os investimentos em inovação, mas que, na verdade, o que a gente deveria estar olhando é quão inovativas são as empresas e os indivíduos mesmo desse mercado.
So there are external and internal factors affecting the export performance and innovation. I'm going to just refer to them for economy of time, and then we may discuss. So it's important the location of where we have our firm, whether we have other innovative firms around us or good access to supply chains. It's important the market we are operating and the environment we're operating into, the public policy related to innovation, the social and natural environment around our firm, the drivers of innovation like having a downturn in our economy, and barriers and obstacles to innovation like taxation or no access to funding in order to invest in innovation. And then we have internal factors relating to a firm's own, a firm's own resources, the firm's management, how I'm concluding. Yeah. There is one more slide. So we have the workforce of the firm, whether it's innovative, it's high skilled or not, or trained to do innovation. And then we have the ability to actually inform the rest of the society about this innovation.
Aqui a gente estava só vendo os fatores externos e internos, então é importante avaliar onde que está a firma, onde ela opera, as políticas, as taxas, barreiras, que ela tem, isso influencia muito a inovação.
Let's keep this one. The final slide, yeah. Why is art? And this one as well. So why innovation is art? Innovation and art share some common elements such as creativity and originality. Both art and innovation often involve creative thinking and the generation of novel ideas. In this sense, one could draw a parallel between the two. Innovative solutions can be as the art of problem solving. Then we have subjectivity, as art and innovation are both highly subjective. What a person considers innovation or art, another might not. Okay, that's why we need the guidelines from the Oslo Manual. The purpose, innovation is a business context typically has a clear purpose, such as improving products or processes, increasing efficiency, or driving growth. Artistic endeavors also have purposes. Then we have measurability that we discussed. We have collaboration, okay, how we actually bring these innovative activities into the world we are facing. And finally, we have context. The context in which innovation occurs is often defined by market demands, competitive pressures, customer needs, as well as artistic expression is a typical example of being driven by the context. However, without any need of meeting any customer needs, instead, society demands, people's need for expression. The subject here portrayed in the front page of the Oslo Manual is Prometheus bringing the fire to mankind. This comes from the ancient Greek mythology and has been a recurrent theme in the arts for centuries. The Titan, Prometheus, disobeys the gods, giving the human race the gift of fire and the skill of metalwork, an action for which both him and the humankind are punished, albeit not fatally, ultimately being freed by Heracles, bringing together the biggest innovation of all the times, fire.
Ok, e aqui só finalizando, ela conclui que a inovação é uma arte, ela está ligada com a solução de problemas, criatividade, originalidade, e inclusive ela cita aí a maior das inovações, que é o fogo, né, como tudo começou. Mas, então, concluindo, a inovação é uma arte.
No worries. Yeah. First of all, it's important for firms to showcase their products, even if they are not processed. So the exporting firm is great to create a trademark so as its product to be distinguishable in the exporting market, the destination market. This makes consumer feel that this product is of high quality and consumers tend to prefer buying it than buying something that is not trademark, has not a brand name, from another country. Second, you may use innovative packaging, which is twofold. First is the artistic point of view, makes it easier to distinguish again for the consumer, so the consumer prefers to buy it. But also you might use innovative packaging in terms of keeping your products fresh, since they are not processed. This can count as innovation as well, giving you more time in your supply chain transportation. Okay, this gives time to firms to store products and sell later on time, like people are doing with apples and bananas. So if you put the Chiquita sticker on the banana, that sticker, which is patented and trademarked as well, makes the banana, which is not processed, recognizable worldwide, and at the same time keeps the banana fresh, because it has substances in the glue not allowing it to rot.
Ok. Só passando então o que ela disse, né, está relacionado, né, com as preferências dos consumidores, e mesmo países que não estão tão voltados à tecnologia, eles têm a necessidade de inovação para manter seus produtos frescos, entregar em dia, mantê-los bem armazenados. Ela até citou aí os exemplos de bananas que têm uma série de inovações para que elas cheguem frescas para todo mundo.
Another way, okay. Well, I had this slide that I skipped. It was a table from OECD. So no worries. So mostly what we consider more productive firms in an industry have the main resources, money, to innovate. And usually these are the exporting firms, because again, they have more money to spend on exporting, because exporting is costly. So the thing is that, especially in developing countries, policy must enable these branding, let's say, paths, like substituting the costs for firms to make them more recognizable and gain market share. Also consider substituting innovation processes like machinery, helping the firms to do procession faster, and finally policies related to exporting. That's my point of view. In order to have healthier, economically, financially healthier firms, more productive through innovative processes, and finally helping them to export and establish a brand in the exporting markets, because that's the profile of more successful firms worldwide that are enduring their presence in export markets.
E aqui ela só passando então quais são as características principais, né, da empresas que são inovativas. Então, primeiro de tudo é dinheiro para poder investir, não tem jeito. E aí o quanto que ela tem capacidade de exportação e as políticas nesses países, tanto as políticas que contribuem com o desenvolvimento das firmas, quanto as políticas de exportação, as barreiras de exportação e assim por diante.
This way, Rosanne, they won't also small firms will be able to innovate and export and have gains, instead of only big firms that can internally finance their innovation and exporting.
Isso vai contribuir até para que pequenas empresas possam ter inovação e também entrar no mercado até em exportações.
Thank you for inviting me. I hope that I explained some stuff to you and it was actually interesting. I'm open to questions. If you want to share my email, feel free to do so, and I could send. You can also share my slides. Most of the pictures are from the Oslo manual, so please give that reference as well.